Hi guys, Glenn here from Online Flooring Store today. What I wanted to do today is we often get questions about what is better out of hybrid, laminate and vinyl flooring. And I've had this conversation with many people and it really does come down to your circumstance. But I thought rather than tell you about things, today I'm going to show you the difference between hybrid and laminate and vinyl plank in regards to how it performs to certain things. So I've brought with me some props here today. I've bought a bottle of red wine. We haven't tapped into it yet. We'll get into that later. A cup of coffee and a screwdriver. So what I've got here with me now are some samples of some flooring, different kinds of flooring. We've got 2 vinyls, 3 hybrids, and 2 of our Eclipse Aqua laminates. The first vinyl I have is a 2mm vinyl plank that has a 0.3mm wear layer on it. So we're just going to pop that one there. The second vinyl plank is a 4.5mm vinyl plank with a 0.5mm wear layer on it. Then we have, the next one is going to be a 7mm hybrid floor with a 0.5mm wear layer on it. Now this one's quite an odd one. It's an 8mm hybrid floor, but it only has a 0.3mm wear layer on it. So the wear layer on this is the same as what's on that, exactly the same wear layer. Then we have a 9.7mm hybrid with a 0.7mm wear layer. Lastly, we have our Eclipse Aqua Heim laminate and our Eclipse Aqua Immens laminate. So this board here is about 2.2 meters long. That one there's only 1.2 meters long. It's our entry-level Eclipse laminate. This is more of middle to top shelf sort of product. But what I wanted to give you a look at is how they all perform with different aspects of how you treat them in day-to-day life. So the reason for my screwdriver here is I'm going to start having a go at each of these with the screwdriver. I'm going to move these in case I get a little bit vigorous and I accidentally knock them over. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with the 2mm vinyl plank with a 0.3mm wear layer. So I'm just going to get the screwdriver and I'm going to scratch this. So you can see with the 0.3 wear layer, we've actually gone through that wear layer there with the screwdriver. Okay? So that's a pretty fair test, and I actually wasn't expecting that result. Now we're going to go to the 4.5mm vinyl with the 0.5mm wear layer. Oh, it's very hard to even get the screwdriver to sink into that because it's quite soft. The colour doesn't really show you, but it has scratched up quite a bit there. I should have probably chosen a darker colour because light colours show them worse. Sorry, they don't show them as well. So this is the 8mm laminate with a 0.3mm wear layer. So I'm just going to... So again, that's digging into it. You can see the wear layers coming off with that. So I'm having to wipe parts of the wear layer away as I do it. And that's just because of the kind of wear layer it is. And the test I'm doing is probably a little bit unfair, but it is what it is. The 7mm laminate with a 0.5mm wear layer. And you can see the wear layer is just coming off in that, okay? So that's been the same the entire time. With these, this is the 9.7mm hybrid with the 0.7mm wear layer. So again, this one's probably performed a little bit better. It still scratches, but the main difference between what I'll say is like the laminate and the vinyl, the hybrid and the vinyl have exactly the same wear layer on them. The 0.5 on that is the same as the 0.5mm wear layer on that. The 0.3 on that is the same as 0.3 on that. You can see with the 0.7, we haven't gone through, but it's scratched it up quite a bit. With the 0.3 here, we've actually gone through the picture film and into the layers underneath. The 0.5 hasn't gone through, but it still hasn't fared as well. Again, I've used a pretty light color, so that's probably not a fair assessment. You can't really see it that well on the screen. But once you clean them up, they do start to look okay-ish. Like you can see there that in the 0.7mm wear layer that you've scratched across there. The rest of it becomes pretty hard to see once you give it a good rub, but you have, as you can see by the debris here, done a bit of damage to those wear layers. Now I'm going to bring out the Eclipse Aqua Heim laminate. So this is our entry-level Eclipse laminate. So all of this, we have four laminates in our Eclipse range. Each of them is going to be exactly the same as this. So this is the, I'll give them in purple. So the first thing you notice is there's no debris coming off that. Now once I give that a rub with my finger, you can see probably that just needs a clean up, but you can see just there's a little scratch there, a little tiny scratch. On the Aqua Immens, now to be honest, this should perform no differently to the Aqua Heim. And again, I've chosen, as you can see, I've treated the laminate with a little bit more disdain. Now you've got the colour that's coming off the end of the screwdriver there, but as I rub it, it disappears and it's not leaving any damage to the laminate. I've got to give it a bit of a rub to get that off, but what I'm not doing is damaging the wear layer. So the difference between that and that is huge. So the laminate definitely, as far as the scratches and your wear goes, is outperforming the vinyl and the hybrid floors. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put some coffee and some wine on these. Then we're going to leave them, and I'm going to come back to this video, and maybe it's Thursday now, so Monday we'll come and have a look at them and try and clean them down and see how we go. So, should we leave that to last? Put some coffee. Now this could get a bit messy, so please forgive me if it does. So that's the coffee stains, and we're going to leave them sit like that. They'll eventually dry out and start to seep into the wear layers, and see how that goes. Now for the red wine. So see if you can smell it. It smells great. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these for 4 days and come back to them once they've dried out, and we're going to see how they go. So anyone want to have any guesses as to what's going to come up the best? We'll see how we go, and we'll come back to this in a few days.